Hello, this is Dr. Paul Cottrell, and I'm recording this on 10/19. The date is 4/18/2024. It is now in Israel 4/19/2024 at approximately, I think it's 5:19 a.m. There's been a report on ABC that the United States military knows of a strike that Israel conducted on Iran. We don't know where they hit. The Israeli news is very quiet, and there seems to be other explosions that took place not just in Iran, but also in Iraq. Now, I don't know if the Israelis attacked certain sites in Iraq for some reason and Iran, or if they only attacked Iranian sites and there was some sort of additional strikes on Iraq from the side of Iran, that Iran actually conducted those strikes. It doesn't seem as though Hezbollah has engaged in the northern front from Lebanon, shooting missiles into Israel. So that hasn't happened yet. Most likely it will. And we don't know if it was a nuclear site that the Israelis were hitting or some other military installation. There are some other channels out there on YouTube that have been covering this, and they're saying that it was a hit on an air base, attacking some older aircraft. I don't, that was not in the ABC broadcast, so I don't know if that's true or not. So this is, a fog of war, and more will ensue. But I would say that we probably are going to see some, at the very minimum, we're going to probably see attacks from Hezbollah into Israel through these missiles that they fire off. Most likely, the United States was not involved in this, but they probably were warned. And that's probably the reason why the ABC was able to get the officials from the Pentagon to tell them that this happened. But Israel news is very quiet at this moment in time. So, it's earlier in the morning in Israel. So, it's going to probably take several hours before we're going to actually hear anything being published in the news. But there'll probably be some rumblings of this on X or some other social media. I suspect that the Iranians are going to use a proxy to do an attack on Israel. I don't think that the Iranians will do an attack directly, at least in the short term. They may do an additional attack in the long term, in several days from now. But I don't think their initial reaction is going to be coming from Iran. It's probably going to be through a proxy, probably Hezbollah. But I think the more important thing to think about here is the escalation that's taking place. And there's the strategic and the tactical battlefield maneuvering in the Middle East, but there's also the metaphysical here. This is, happening just before Passover. Passover starts on the 22nd at sundown. So you have that. And you have, the 4 red heifers that are still kosher to be able to be slaughtered for the purification, for the ash, for the temple rebuilding. And as I mentioned several videos ago, April is the apex of the strength of the soul root of Jacob. The soul root of Jacob will continue to be strong relative to the soul root of Esau all the way through July. But the apex is April. So we're seeing actually the zenith of this cycle of strength between soul roots in the month of April. Now we're going to have to see how this all evolves, but I suspect that Netanyahu is going to have to really be forceful with Iran and Hezbollah, not just with Hamas, through this cycle that provides strength for Jacob, which would mean from now through July. So that's my take on this at this moment in time. We'll learn more in the morning. And you know, I'll do some videos on this as more information comes about. Hopefully, things will settle down, but I don't think so. I think that what will happen is this will escalate. How fast it escalates, I don't know. I don't know how this will all spiral out. But again, I see this as a war, not just with Hamas, but with Hezbollah and with Iran. And it's playing out. And I find it very interesting to see how this is all coinciding with the strength of the soul roots throughout the different month cycle. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to all my channels. I have 3 channels on YouTube. I have Brighteon, Bitchute, and Rumble. I also have in the links of this video, you can join my WhatsApp group. You can also follow me on Apple Podcast and on Podomatic. So please click those links in this video and subscribe. Also, if you could, to help support my work, please donate on my website, the-studio-reykjavik.com. You can donate through Stripe, PayPal, or buy me a coffee on the homepage at the very bottom of my website. It's the-studio-reykjavik.com. And I also provide very, very high quality supplements. And if you follow my protocol, you'll start to boost up your immune system and slow down the aging process. So please purchase those structural nano silver products that I offer, the C60 products that I offer, which is a very strong antioxidant, and the other supplements that I provide that brings down inflammation and boosts up your immune system. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.